Hi, this is the zookeeper, and today I'm going to soak my Sheba. Sheba is a snouted cobra, and she has some stuck shed all down her back. And instead of getting her out and soaking her, I needed to clean some of the substrate out anyway. So I'm just going to leave her in there. I'm going to take all that. I've already taken that. I was taking out all the decorations, the cave and the tree and the rocks and stuff that decorated it. And I said, well, you know, people might want to see this because, I mean, it's dangerous, I guess. Yeah, could be considered dangerous. And so I'm going to clean this cage out with the snake still in it. So she's going to be in there helping me. And then when I take all that substrate out, I'm going to put lukewarm water up to, because this is waterproof up to about this level right here. So I'm going to put water about, you know, halfway up. And I'm going to let her soak for a few hours and get that shed nice and soft and tender, and it ought to come off a lot more easily then. And hopefully everything will go smoothly. You can see I've already started on this side, and now I'm going to go to the other side, and I'm going to start breaking up this soil. I'm going to take it out and put it away and put it in some new fresh substrate for her. And I'm going to do it while she's still in there. I'm not going to take her out. Transferring a slithery, fast little snake like a cobra is, yeah, it's a handful. I think I'll be better off just doing it in there, because she's not in there. You can read snake body language pretty well, or I can, because I've been doing it for 40-something years. And you learn to read a snake's body language, and she's not aggressive. Now Pharaoh, the male, he's a little bit more aggressive than she is. I'm not sure I would be doing it with him. Where's my scooper? I don't think I'd be doing it with him as easily as I am with her. What did I do with my scooper? There it is. So I broke up the substrate because it was kind of tough down at the bottom. Now I'm going to scrape it out with one of the deadliest snakes in the world. I might have been at a bad angle for y'all to watch this, but oh well. I'll try to stay out of your way. And I'm hoping she'll stay out of my way. But you can tell she's not mad at me. She's not trying to do anything. And I keep my eye on her. Keep my eye nice and close. And I'll know if she gets a little upset, I'll notice. And hopefully I won't pinch her or do something that makes her act suddenly. She's just cruising. And that's the thing about these cobras, is that they're so much more active than say like vipers and a lot of snakes, especially like something like blood pythons or gaboon vipers. They're really slow moving for the most part, and they don't, you know, you don't have to worry about them moving around as much like this. They kind of get in one spot and they don't move around much, and when they do, it's super slow and they don't go very far. But these are slithery little snakes, and they do move around a lot. So we want to start cleaning her cage for her. See if we can get her to move over here a little bit, so I can break up this soil and get it out of there. Because it kind of got harder sitting down there and getting packed down in there. So I'm just going to break it up a little bit. And also, obviously, I'm keeping my eye on her, making sure she's not going to get too upset with me doing this. scoop it out. And snouted cobras have a neurotoxic venom. It has it's a little bit cytotoxic too, but it's mainly neurotoxic, which means it's gonna get in you. And it's going to start paralyzing your organs, your inner insides. And what happens to most people that do die from these kind of cobra bites is they end up suffocating because their diaphragm it gets paralyzed and they can't breathe, and you suffocate. So that's the main cause of death from a snouted cobra bite, is you suffocate because you get paralyzed. You can't breathe. Watch out, baby. And she's such a cool snake. She's always been really laid back. Very, very different from Pharaoh. Pharaoh and her are both banded snouted cobras, but he is not nearly as mellow as she is. And what's really cool about her being a banded cobra is that only like 17% of snouted cobras, females, get banded. The males, it's a lot higher percentage of them will get the bands, the little stripes on their bodies. But the females, it's a lot more rare for a female to be banded. So I really am happy that I have both of my snouted cobras are both banded, because I really like the banded look of these cobras. Come on, you gotta go back in. You know, I could probably get her out and put her in something, but you know, she'd probably be okay with it. I think she'd be a pretty easy transfer, actually. Let me see about that. We may change directions. It's not set in stone. Get another bucket. Alright, we'll see. We'll see if we can easily get her out without too much trouble. And finish doing this cage. But then I gotta put her back in. I don't know. I think I might just leave her in there and finish it the way I'm doing it. I think I'm just gonna finish it the way I'm doing it. Come on, baby, go back that way. Come on. Nope, the other way, baby, the other way. I know I'm blocking the camera. Sorry, guys. I don't know of a better angle to do this with. Get a brush and see if I can get that dirt up out of there a little better. Trying to get it. Come on, you gotta go the other way, babe. Go the other way. Go the other way. You're gonna go the other end. No. There you go. Go that way. No, go that way. Go that way. That way, that way. Nope. That's not the way. Go that way. There you go. You're not helping me if you keep staying in my way. You're worse than the dogs. Alright, that's good enough. Now the water's going to look a little dirty, but that's the good dirt. It ain't going to hurt. Start with a little bit. Make sure there's no leaks. I don't think that's quite enough. I'll probably do another one like that. These snouted cobras are from deep south, way down South Africa. And they used to be grouped in with the Egyptian cobras because they look a lot alike. But the Egyptian cobras, the official Egyptian cobras, Egypt is way north Africa. So the Egyptian cobras are actually way up north. One thing I like about these being way down South Africa is because Africa is on the other side of the equator. And so their winter is our summer and our summer is their winter. But they do have a winter. During our summer, it's cold down in South Africa. So these snakes here, unlike the Egyptian cobras who are in North Africa, where the weather is basically always summer. I mean, it's never gets actually cold. They don't really get cold up in North Africa. But in South Africa, they definitely get cold, and that's where these snakes are from. And that helps them survive here. They make it easier for them to survive here. I don't have to worry about them having so much heat. All of my animals have, all of my snakes have heat. If they want it, they can have it. But some of them need it more than others. I think that should be about enough for her to get a good soak, because the thing is, I got to get all that water back out of there. And that's going to be just about as much fun as getting everything out of there to start with. But yeah, I think it's better. I'm going to put a little rock in there. It's not a rock, it's petrified wood that I got from the petrified forest. When I went to the Petrified National Park, I think it's in Arizona, I picked up a bunch of petrified wood. No, babe. Go back here. There you go. I picked up a bunch of petrified wood. Now, most of the petrified wood is kind of a red and yellow, and it's different colors. But they also have the black. I got a big piece of black petrified wood, and I got this piece of white petrified wood, and it makes for good decorations in these snake cages. And right at this point, not just a decoration, it gives her something to hang on to instead of that just that slippery floor. And she can rub that skin. So she'll be able to rub that skin, because that piece of wood is kind of rough. And maybe it'll help get that skin to peel off. So I'm going to leave her in there for a few hours, and we'll be back, and I'll get the water out, put some new substrate in, redecorate, all while she stays in the cage. I'm not going to take her out. So it's working. She's so mellow, I could probably handle her. I'm not going to go that far, but I could get her out and let her climb around on me, and she'd be fine doing it. But I'm not going to do that. It's just a little too much. A little too far. You can already see the skin loosening up on her back. And the last few times she shed, she's growing so fast that she sheds a lot. And usually the shed comes off nice and smooth, but I guess I haven't been keeping the humidity up enough in there. And I've noticed she don't soak in her bowl as much as she used to. And maybe that's why she's got stuck shed. She's just now shedding. She's only been shedding for about 2 or 3 days. But you don't want it to stay on there too long, because it'll become even harder to get off. So I want to get it while it's still fresh. So I'm going to leave her in there for a little while to soak, and we'll be back. Y'all subscribe, like and subscribe. Alright, we're back. And Sheba has got all the shed skin off of her. The heater was making so much noise that I went ahead with a brush. I reached in there and I scraped out all the skin that came off of her was floating in the water. So I got all that skin off. I gave her a good looking over, because what's most important is their heads and the eye caps. You want the heads and the eye caps off of their head. And another problem is the tip of their tail sometimes doesn't come off, and you want the tip of the tail and their head. You want both ends. You want to make sure that they're shed. And as you can see, she is absolutely beautiful. And so now we're going to remove most of the water, because the rest of the water, when I put the dry substrate in, it'll be all right to soak up into that substrate, and it'll be okay. And we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. We know this way will work. And I'm not really worried about some of this water being in here. When I put the substrate in, it'll get wet, but it won't hurt anything. I think that'll be good enough. I got another bucket full of substrate I'm going to put in there. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to put some in there and see how it goes. Try to stay out of y'all's way. Kind of hard to do. And there we are. Clean off a little bit. While she's doing that, I'm going to put some of her toys back in here. Here. Move your tail, baby. There you go. That. That's good. Good to see her go in there. The opportunity. Again, I have to move the rest of you though, girl. I'm gonna put this right here. Get out of the way. Alright. There's that. Beautiful little decoration. And her water bowl. water in there. We're looking for it. Work. There it is. That, with the little lock on there, we always lock my venomous snakes. Anything that's venomous is going to get a lock on it. There that is. I believe that's a finished product. Now look how beautiful that snake is. Isn't she beautiful? Wow. And now I'm taking another look. I want to suck it. I want to keep looking because I don't want to miss anything. But she's rubbing around in there. If there was anything left on her right now, it's still going to be soft. And it should rub right off, especially the way she likes to dig around in the dirt. It should rub right off of her. But I think we got it all. She looks very good. Her head is perfect. It looks like her whole body has gotten completely shed. Alright. And as always, she's hungry. You can see how active she is. They're like that anyway. It ain't just because I'm here doing this. Look how beautiful that is. Doesn't that look cool, them doing that on them decorations like that? See what it looks like for y'all. Yeah, y'all are catching it. Isn't that cool? Yeah. She's such a pretty girl. She's such a pretty baby. And those trees, when I first got the decorations, I knew that in the wild they do climb up in the trees here and there. So I was hoping when I bought that decoration right there that they would actually use it. And I was very pleasantly surprised how they use it like that. But they do climb around in that tree a lot. Pharaoh's got one very similar to it. His doesn't have the green leaves on it. It's a little bit different than that one. But he still climbs around on his too. And they climb up on that little rock over there in that cave. There it is. And there we go. Now we have a beautiful, beautiful little banded snouted cobra. And what y'all need to do, if you're not subscribed, you really need to subscribe because these videos will get so much better. Everything about this whole channel will get 100 times better if the ones that are watching this that have not subscribed, just subscribe. It's one little click right there on that little white bird down at the right corner there. Just click on that little white bird. That's Loki. And if you click on him, it won't hurt y'all any. It doesn't cost you anything. And it sure would help me out a lot. And the ones that have subscribed, go ahead and hit the like button and like these videos. All of that is going to help in the future for these videos and these animals to get better. And you get to watch them grow because most of these, because I had to start over from scratch on a lot of my animals. And so I buy babies. I don't like to buy adults. So most of my stuff is that you see, almost all of it's going to be babies. And you get to watch them grow up. And that's kind of cool. And the way you can keep up with watching all these animals grow up and become adults is by subscribing. Make sure you're subscribed. And then you can watch. You can watch me work around these deadly, very dangerous animals. And enjoy it along with me. Alright, well, I think she's enjoying it. She feels better. I know she feels way better with that skin off of her. So I'm going to go do something similar. Pharaoh, her soon-to-be husband, when they, in a couple of years when they grow up, he shed also, almost at the exact same time. But his shed came off a lot smoother than hers. So I'm going to go take another look at him, make sure he's completely shed, because his substrate and all of that needs to be cleaned anyway too, so I may do something similar with him. But that's how you can do it without having to remove the snake out of the cage. Because these little cobras, if they decide to take off on you, they're really fast. And they can slither and they can just disappear real quick, and I've got too much around here for me to have to run around trying to keep him from getting underneath things. Alright, I'm gonna let y'all go. Love y'all, bye.